Juggalos in recovery.
Juggalos in recovery, man.
All the juggalos in recovery. Be proud of you. Juggalos in recovery. Those who want to help you are juggalos.
What's up, y'all? It's your boy Sober with a new video. We're going to talk about forgiving yourself. Now, I have previously written this one down, so I'm going to read what I wrote, and then if I have something else to say, I will talk about it. So, forgiving yourself. As an addict, one thing I have always had trouble with is forgiving myself. It is a very important part of life and recovery. I have had to try to understand how to do this. For me, it is very hard. I tend to make things more complicated than they are. It goes with my stinking thinking and overanalyzing part of my addiction. With a lot of self-reflection, I realized that these 4 things were holding me back from forgiving myself: fear, honesty, ignorance, acceptance of reality. Unhealthy fear prevents self-growth. Fear of the unknown, whether an unknown outcome, fear of the future, or anything similar, can stop growth if you allow it to have an impact on how you view life. For me, I felt if I forgave myself, I would not be a person I recognized. It also meant I had to learn to live without the pain I was holding on to. Fear paralyzed me to stay broken. That leads me into honesty. When I am able to be truly honest with myself, I am able to see that my fears are unhealthy and are holding me back. No person can be happy holding on to pain. Honesty is hard if you have never practiced it before. Being honest with yourself is vital to a happy life. For a long while, I hid behind the pain of my past and my wrongdoings. I wanted to believe I could live with the pain and hurt I caused because deep down, I felt like I deserved it. No one deserves it. It doesn't matter what you have done or what you are holding on to. It only matters if you can allow it to make you stronger and healthier by learning from your mistakes. Now, ignorance of how to be honest, how to live without pain, and how to forgive myself turned into fear. So I had to ask for help. My old way of dealing with this manufactured fear because of my ignorance. I ran and hid, whether it was physically remove myself from the situation that was causing me healthy discomfort, or hiding behind alcohol and or cigarettes or any other form of escaping, such as sex. If ignorance is holding you back, then push through. If you can calm yourself enough to learn what you need to do to not let the situation affect you, you will become a better person and be able to continue learning what you need to do so you can live a happy life. Now, for me, acceptance of reality has always been an issue. See, in my head, I fantasize about how I want things to happen and play out. Until I was able to let go of that fictional control, I could not mature and become better. People and things do not have to react the way you want them to or expect them to. When I accept what is right in front of me, no matter how easy or difficult the situation is, It lets me calm down and process things with a clear mind. When I don't accept reality, I get defensive and also project all my wrongs onto others, which in turn makes the situation worse. So one thing I realized is that when my mind starts racing and I get defensive, I have to slow down and see what is causing it. Most of the time, it is because I don't want to accept what is happening as reality. I wrote this after I started realizing what was going on with me the last 6 months, and it's probably a little bit longer than that. And what I realized was that my fear was crippling. See, there's a healthy fear and unhealthy fear, and I have a YouTube video about that. There's a healthy side and unhealthy side of each emotion. Just like there's a healthy side and unhealthy side to your actions and how you react to things. For me, I realized that fear was so crippling that it brought up those toxic traumas and those toxic actions that I used to have, and it started hurting the people around me. So, in all of this, to be able to forgive yourself, what I had to do to forgive myself, I had to make amends with my past. That's hard to do because a past not a tangible thing. The past is just memories. So how do you make amends with it? How do you make up for the things you've done? How you treated people? The reality of that is, sometimes you will and sometimes you won't. But the only thing that you can do is to prove to yourself that you are better than you were then. So that means you have to have personal growth. You have to learn from your mistakes. You have to continue growing as a person. Think about it like this. Think about your past relationships and think about if you've dealt with a manipulator or a narcissist, or just think about how you used to be when you were extremely selfish. If someone was to treat you the way you treated them, then they told you they changed and they apologized, would you accept it? Or would you wait to see if their actions speak louder than words? Because I know from my personal experience, I used to apologize all the time. And yet, I never really changed anything. So as I make my amends on a day-to-day basis by improving myself and staying true to my values, then I will always be okay and be able to forgive myself for how I used to be and who I used to be. See myself in the mirror, I can look at myself and be proud of the person I have become today. When dealing with all of this, remember, don't be so hard on yourself. We are all human, we all make mistakes. But remember, you are strong, you can get through this, and you are a good person, and you are very, very loved. Whoop whoop.
Juggalos in recovery, man.